So I am here with my good friend Danny the Digger Herman.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, and we are on an adventure. We are retracing, would you say we're tracing the...
Trying to find the stations of the Ark of the Covenant. The site we're going to see now, according to the biblical text, is where the Ark was held for 20 years.
20 years. 20 years at this spot. And so in your mind, the Ark really did exist. It's not just some fable story.
Unless I find some other proof, I don't see a reason to doubt it.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that so many details around the stories of the Ark have been validated by archaeology.
Okay.
Then you really need to have a creative mind to suggest it's all fiction.
Yeah.
There's just too many details that fit what the text tells us.
That's cool. So 20 years, and where in the Bible does it talk about this space?
So we are told that the Philistines captured it. Okay, that's a famous story. But after inflicting a plague, it's returned to the Israelites. It's kept in Beit Shemesh, only to inflict a plague on the Israelites.
Right.
And then it's taken to Kiryat Yearim,
Kiryat Yearim.
to the home of Abinidab, who creates a special place for it and has his son Elazar in charge of the Ark.
Okay.
And this site is called Der Elazar. It's
Der
preserving the
Elazar.
name.
Okay.
And the name of the village around it used to be called Kiryat el-Annab.
Okay.
The word Kiryat is there as well.
That sounds Arabic when you say it.
Yes, because these are now Arabic names, but Arabic
Okay.
names are often preserving the old biblical names.
Okay.
Okay, and then watch and see now what archaeology has to say about this site.
Yeah.
Prepare to be surprised.
Oh man, I am very excited. I've been to Israel now at least 60 times, and this is my very first time at this site.
Yes, this site is not so accessible. It's a functioning, it's an operating monastery. It's open only a few hours of the day.
Yeah.
Not open on Sunday. You need to know when to come. And for many, many years, there wasn't much to see here relating to the Ark. But in recent years, a team from Tel Aviv University has done some very interesting work, and that's what I want to show you.
Okay, all right, let's go. Let's not waste any time, especially if this is going to close soon.
Yes.
And so for everyone watching this right now, Danny and I are actually filming a little bit of a teaser for a series that we would really like to do. Danny's got a lot of great insight, a lot of great ideas. There's so much to explore in this land.
Hold on. Let's just switch the camera.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
now the camera will show from the back.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it show the sculpture there?
Let's see. The screen goes off after a while. Let me just... There we go. Here, I'm going to switch arms. Okay. All right, let's see if
Is
we
the
can...
camera showing the big sculpture there
Yes,
in the
this
back?
goes right between us. Yeah.
It's Mary and baby Jesus,
Okay.
but she's standing on top of a box.
And what would that box
And
be?
the box has winged figures on both sides.
That sounds familiar.
It's called the Notre-Dame-de-l'Arche-d'Alliance, the place of Mary of the Ark of the Covenant.
Mary
It's
and the
a
Ark.
Christian institution, but it's
Okay.
combining the New Testament figures with the reputation of the site as relating to the Ark of the Covenant.
Very cool. All right, let's go get some shots and let's do our teaser.
Amen.
All right. So the Ark was here for 20 years.
The
So,
Ark,
Yeah.
we need to kind of
Oh.
bend the rules over here a bit.
Okay.
I hope the nuns don't scream at us.
No, they shouldn't. Okay, you
We're on
saw
a
it here,
mission from
folks.
God.
Yes, we have a very important
They should be a
task
bit
here.
more flexible. Wait, I have a bad leg.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
The Bible tells us that the Ark, let's go this way. The
way.
Bible tells us that the Ark, after causing the plague in Beit Shemesh, was
Yeah.
taken to Kiryat Yearim.
Okay.
Now, the Arabic name of the hill here above the Arab village of Abu Ghosh
Yes.
is Kiryat el-Annab.
Al-Annab.
Yes, but the
Okay.
word Kiryat
Yes.
is preserving Kiryat Yearim.
Okay.
Annab means grapes.
Grapes.
So
Oh,
they
okay.
changed the second name, but the first name is still preserving the biblical name.
Okay.
And the hilltop itself is called Der El Zahar. Der is monastery,
Der.
the monastery of Zahar. Now, there's no name as Zahar.
Okay.
Zahar is maybe preserving the name El Azar,
Okay.
who was the priest in charge of the ark when it was kept
Right.
in Kiryat Yearim.
Okay.
So this is what led scholarship to suggest this is the place. And the church that is maintaining the place today indeed has a big sculpture up there of Mary, baby Jesus, the very conventional, Catholic appearance. But they're standing on top of a box with winged people, the Ark of the Covenant. And the French name of the site is Le Notre-Dame-de-l'Arche-d'Alliance, Our Lady of the Ark of the Covenant. So not only is this a Jewish tradition, not only does science suggest this by the name, but also the Christians follow this tradition. But the best part, Chris,
Yeah.
we even have now archaeology.
Oh, so we've got tradition, we've got art, and archaeology.
And Christian religion. And now
Yeah.
I'm going to show you where recent excavations were conducted by a team from Tel Aviv University.
Okay.
And they've uncovered here a set of retaining walls. Now, some of them, like these, are modern terraces.
Okay.
They were made for, cultivating the mountainous landscape. That's
Yeah.
very common, in
Yeah.
the mountains of Jerusalem. You have a lot of those terraces.
So we're seeing like olives here, and sounds like there used to be grapes vineyard here as well.
Kiryat Yearim suggests that in the past grapes were grown here, but the Muslims don't make wine.
Ooh, that's true. Okay.
Unfortunately.
So it would have been before the Islamic times that
Yes.
this.
In
this
Christian times, maybe the monastery here was also making grapes.
Okay.
Now it's only olive oil.
Yeah.
And yet, where is it? Right here.
Okay.
Here, the supportive wall is much more massive than just another terrace. Let's see how we can get you
Okay.
down here to see it better. Okay, I admit the wall here doesn't look that imposing, but if you look at it from the other side,
Now, how old would this wall be? Do you think? Like.
well, that's it.
Yeah.
What you see above the surface is modern to semi-modern.
Okay. Looks like there might be a pathway down there that's easier. Oh, but you're down. Okay, I'm coming down. All right. Don't try this at home, kids. And don't let the nuns see you.
But the Tel Aviv expedition working here
Okay.
noticed that the terrace is very long and very straight.
Yes.
So they said, hold on, maybe this wall is modern, but it's on top of an ancient wall. Like
course.
Khirbet Kayafa.
Yes.
You know the site of Khirbet Kayafa?
Yeah, I've
where
been to
you have-
Kiryat Yearim many times, and that's really the kind of the custom. When you take over a spot or you're coming to rebuild, you look at what was built before and you build on top of it. Is that right?
Exactly.
Why reinvent the wheel, so to speak?
Yeah, half a destroyed castle is also half a castle half built.
Right.
So there are two ways of looking at ruins. And you see here,
Yeah.
I mean, this is still modern, but the bigger stones down here are already part of what Finkelstein discovered.
Okay.
Most of it is now reburied. It's like all of this, you see, they even marked it.
Okay.
And look how it continues in a straight line.
Yes.
Unfortunately, what they found was later covered again. They had an agreement with the monastery to expose, document, and cover it up again. But there's no doubt that this straight wall goes to quite an extent. And then that's the big discovery. There are two more walls going that way, and it actually forms a big rectangular enclosure.
Really?
Very similar to the Temple Mount. Big rectangular enclosure for the Temple of the Jews. So Finkelstein suggested that this is also a big temenos. That's a foreign word for big elevated flat area for
Like a platform, a plateau.
platform,
Yeah.
but for religious reasons.
Okay, so it had holy purposes, and
Yes.
what other reason to have a holy platform than the Ark of the Covenant?
Exactly. Back then, big shrines or big places would either be for palaces
Yeah.
or for temples. Now, we don't know of any special city that will cause the need for a palace.
Okay.
So the only option is really a temple let's wait for
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So if this makes it into the YouTube cut, obviously there's a lot of tension around. We've got Easter, Ramadan, and Passover all happening at the same time.
And a big helicopter.
And a big helicopter just flew by. Yeah, the joys of working outdoors in Israel. Yeah.
Always prepare for the unexpected.
Yes.
The only certainty in Israel is that there's no certainty.
Is the uncertainty, yeah. That's the one consistency, yeah. Oh, very cool. Okay, so you're talking about Israel Finkelstein, am I saying it right?
Finkelstein
Yeah,
is
Finkelstein.
a reputed professor of archaeology from Tel Aviv University.
Yeah.
He's actually now at Haifa University, but
Okay.
that's just something technical. And for years, he's been working in Iron Age sites. He was actually trying to prove that there isn't anything substantial prior to the 7th century, and the biblical stories are mostly a reflection of the last parts of the Book of Kings, the days of King Josiah and so on. But he actually found here a massive set of walls for a big rectangular area that had to be built for something that they really cared for up there on the top.
So when I think about the people from the Old Testament or any ancient society, food is not so easy like today. They don't have supermarkets, they don't have mass-produced farming, they don't have easy access to water, to clothing, all that kind of stuff. So to take the effort into building something, it had to be something very special or precious, right?
And it's an area where you could grow olive trees and make produce out of the land. No, this was reserved for something sacred.
Wow.
And the only book, the only reference is the Bible telling us the ark was kept somewhere on the way to Jerusalem on a hilltop. And the Arabic name is, everything here fits.
Wow.
Okay?
And
the only problem is, Israel Finkelstein argues that the walls here actually date to the 8th century BCE, meaning they are from a period that is later to the time of the ark.
Right.
But A, his method of dating it,
It's questionable.
Is very questionable,
Okay.
and I spoke to quite a few archaeologists about
Yeah.
this. And B, although he didn't say it, I heard it from others, he did find 10th century pottery here.
He did?
Yes,
And is he
did.
just omitting it? Like, what can we guess?
It doesn't fit his agenda, so he didn't mention it, but I heard others visiting him and telling me, yes, we did, there is also 10th century pottery.
Okay.
And especially what shocked me is Gabi Barkai, a dear
Yes.
friend of mine,
Yeah.
who told me that he did some minor excavations here just for the enlargement of the monastery.
Right?
But he also found 10th century there, in that little square he did.
Wow.
There's no doubt that people did exist here in the 10th century. So that enclosure, it just makes so much
makes
more
sense.
sense to relate it to the period that the Ark of the Covenant was kept here.
So if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, what's that saying? Talks like a duck.
Yeah. Are you insisting it's still that it's a swan? Come on.
Yeah. It makes sense to me. I mean, you're convincing me. Now, you said that after the ark was moved, it was, what's the story? How does it go? It goes from here?
It was kept here for 20 years according to the Bible. David then takes over Jerusalem and he wants to bring it to final rest in Jerusalem where his son Solomon will build a temple.
Right.
But on the way, as they go, it's really a march, and it says that David was, singing and dancing in joy. It bounces and almost falls off the carriage.
Right, and two guys reach out.
One guy, his name was Uzzah. He quickly rushes to capture it,
Right.
and instantly dies. People say, hold on, something here is very wrong.
Yeah.
The ark is punishing us again.
Yeah.
The plague in Beit Shemesh was enough. Let's stop and keep it in the home of Bet Oved Edom Hagiti, a very strange term. It means something like the house of the worker from Gat, the Edomite Oved.
Okay. So he's an Edomite.
I don't know.
And-
I don't know what it
Okay,
means.
yep.
It's a very strange term. That's all I can say. But it was a place where they decided to stop and place it there.
Yeah.
Now, about 10 years ago, I don't know if the camera can see the highway there in the back.
Let's see.
This
Okay,
is the
yeah.
busiest road in Israel, the highway number 1 connecting Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. About 10 years ago, in addition to making those tunnels, they decided to make a big bridge. And in order to make that bridge, they had to do some salvage excavations to make sure there's nothing significant there. And you know what they found? Among others, they also found Neolithic remains and so on, an Iron Age temple.
A temple.
A temple.
Okay, all right. So you have me very, very interested. So we already went. This is our second location on us tracking the
Stations
path
of the Ark.
Stations
of
of the Ark. Yeah.
Yes.
And so this is number 2. And so you're saying that number 3.
Before Jerusalem, there's another station that most scholars tend to forget.
Yeah.
By the way, the muezzin is calling for prayer,
Yes,
in case you forgot.
It's prayer time. It's Ramadan, and you're hungry. It's time to pray too. Okay.
And that site yielded also very, very interesting finds, including 10th century religious context. You've got to see this.
Okay. Now, this bridge, I know the bridge you're talking about.
But you've never been under it.
No. Well, why would I?
know.
Why would I go
Exactly.
there?
Me too. Until I heard of the finds and I rushed to see it for myself.
Wow.
And since then, I've been taking people. It's really, really an amazing find.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait. Can we go? Can we go there today?
Yes, let's
All
go.
right, let's go.